Hey guys, HW. I'm standing in the Garden of Remembrance outside of Chatswood railway station. That's the North Shore line behind me, which I just alighted from getting off at Chatswood with my push bike. After all that rain, those weeks of rain, it's absolutely glorious to have a bit of sunshine today. So I decided I'm going to go for a bike ride in my break. And I'm going to ride from Chatswood into the city and see a few sights along the way. Stop at a few landmarks and give you a bit of, give your memory banks a bit of a workout. There was a guy just playing a flute before, just over in the corner, over there playing some Chinese music. And I don't know what this chap over here is doing. He's got his tripod set up and camera. I don't see any subject that he's filming right now. But no flowers in the garden here yet. Still waiting to come out of winter. But there's my push bike. Let's get rolling. But before we do, I've got to give you the weather, don't I? It's going to get up to 20 degrees Celsius in Sydney today. The wind's from the northwest and it's quite a gusty one, which is spoiling it a bit. It's nice and warm in the sun though. Just if the wind could break down, it'd be good. It's from the northwest at 22 kilometers an hour, but I'd say the gusts are a lot stronger than that. Let's get on the pushy. Just before we get onto the bike track that takes us between Chatswood and Crow's Nest. It's a cheeky little bike track, you'll see it in a minute. I wanted to show you the side of the old Channel 9, the old Channel 9 television station. This is what's become of it. Channel 9 was demolished a while back and these units replace it now. Now, for some reason, I felt like it was just here that the gate was to the station. But now when I look up the hill, I think it was a bit further up, the actual gate to the station. And this is before they moved to North Sydney, which is where they're at now. I'll have a walk up the street and see if I can pinpoint where the gate was. It's a busy road, this one, because it's a bit of a rat run. The old Artarmon Road. And now we look into the complex here. They're certainly stacked in a lot of units, apartments, condos, flats, whatever you want to call them. But there's St Leonard's on the skyscape there, which is not far away. Now let's get on this bike track. Alright, we're back on a bike track that's going to take us from Chatswood up to Crow's Nest. About to turn into Tyndale Road, and then in some of the back streets there's a bike path that actually snakes through the backs of the houses. It's really cool. If you were wondering, yeah, it costs many millions to live in Artarmon and Willoughby, given its proximity to the city and good schools and transport. They've got access to the main train line and also the metro if they walk up the hill. I've got my microphone in this big fat dead cat today, so hopefully I can ride along and still talk to you without all the wind noise. I used to ride this path quite often when I worked in George Street, or George and King. And Any of you are wondering, no, I'm not on an electric bike today, I'm on a push bike. I'd love an electric bike, but I just can't justify the coin for it. Big postie van doing its rounds. These days you see the posties on the bikes, and some of them have got electric ones. You don't see them delivering as much as they used to. I think now big thing for them is delivering passports and legal documents like that where you need a signature. But then you have those big vans that get around and do the bigger stuff. Now, I haven't ridden this path for ages, so I'm going to have to keep my eyes out, because I can't remember which street I've got to take to join up to it. I remember a rise, so I think I need to take the next one. I remember this little rise here. Smith Road, I'm pretty sure this is where it starts. Oh, there you go, I stuffed up. I could have ridden down this bit. So I did get it wrong. Let's get down here first and then turn around. But see how it weaves between all of the houses, the back of the houses? It's beautiful. It's quite nice to walk through on a weekend as well. Yeah, this is where I should have joined it. Idiot. But all the streets around here are chock full of Federation homes. So let's start again. So a good little track to take your kids on as well, but you've got to pay attention to these intersections, get them to stop before they cross, because cars will come screaming down. There's a postie with a trolley. Wasn't expecting to see that. We just passed by one of those community libraries. People put up like a bit of a letterbox sort of style box, and they put books in there to share through the community. You see a lot of those in Sydney now in these days.
Eu tenho um short na bolsa.
I'm going to keep stopping and checking my camera because I don't want it to stop filming without me knowing. Although I do have the beeps turned on, so it should beep if it turns off. A lot of the punters that have got their homes along here back onto this track, so they'll whack a little gate on the back so that they can walk through, either walk up to Chatswood or walk over to Crow's Nest, get their coffee in the morning. The people who use this to commute like I used to back in the day, some of them have got expensive racing bikes and they absolutely hurtle through here, so you got to watch out. I can't warn anyone today because I don't have a bell, which is, funnily enough, it's a law in Australia to have a bell on your bike. Oh, he comes on now. He's just on a standard commuting bike. But so he didn't use his bell either. I had no idea he was there until I could hear the tyres. Here we are at Artarmon Reserve. During the week there's a bit of a touch flag footy comp down here that you'll see in the winter months. I worked a year or so in Crow's Nest, which we'll be heading through in a minute. And I used to come down to the reserve here to do some sprints when I had the crazy notion in my head that I could get my speed back. But it never came back. Instead I ended up Instead I ended up tearing more muscles. Going under the expressway now that leads up to the Harbour Bridge. Birds chirping. Just passed by Prentice Park, never heard of it and never noticed that sign before. I'll stop just before I get to the rise near Crow's Nest to check the camera and also to build up my breath to get up the hill, because it's quite a steep gradient to get up to Crow's Nest from here. Pass under the expressway again. You learn something new every day. Just noticed that they allow pedestrians to walk on both sides of the track. I thought it was only one side. It's a bit of a spaghetti junction here. Some of the paths lead off into Naremburn and Willoughby and different places. So just stop here and check the camera and then I'll take the rise. And don't judge me. Haven't done this rise for probably, wow. Can't even think how long it's been. Excuse my bike ticking away as well. It's not in the best of shape. To get your bike serviced these days in Sydney, minimum $150. So it defeats the purpose when only a few services are going to eat into the cost of your bike. Just check the camera again. This is the steepest part coming up here. So it's a last minute decision today to take a bike ride into the city. But if you like these sort of cycle tours, there's a guy in California that does cycle rides, just short ones, all around the City of Angels and other parts of California. And I think he's called Two Thick Scoops. So like in ice cream scoops. Two Thick Scoops. Check him out. It wasn't too bad after all. There's a cheeky coffee shop right on the corner here called Forsyth's. Which is a delight. Just here. You're right. I'm just taking it easy after that hill.
Oh, I bet.
I'll get on the road in a minute. Here's golden retriever up here. Just sitting there having a scratch while its owners devour a lunch or a brunch, either of the two. We are near lunchtime now. So Forsyth back there was an option for me to stop to have a coffee, but to do a bit of reminiscing, I thought I'd have a coffee in the heart of Crow's Nest. I don't know whether the camera picked it up, but we just passed by St Leonard's Catholic Church on the left hand side. Well, we're on Willoughby Road now, which will take us up into the guts of Crow's Nest. Sorry to be crude, but back in the day they used to call Crow's Nest Hose Nest because of the myriad of massage joints and other nighttime activities that were present here. Not like that now though. With all its new shopping centres and metro station, it's brought the discerning workers and business people in. The lunchgoers are starting to emerge out of their little office complexes around Crow's Nest. Given it's outdoor seating, we might have to grab a coffee you've been drinking. But before we do, I want to give a sneaky look at that sandwich shop there. Very popular. They line up down the street for that. It's getting to been drinking. Oh, the flat white has arrived at Bean Drinking in Crow's Nest. But before I devour it, quick shout out to a few of the punters that have shouted me nectars in the last couple of months. Yes, delicious. Oh, that's heaven. Oh, the leafy surrounds the good old Crow's Nest. Wind's kicking up a bit more as we get closer to the city. Thought I'd get on the Pacific Highway before I turn the camera back on, because you've got to cross a few roads to get into this part. A few girls walking around. Out for lunch from North Sydney Girls. It's on the left here. My mate DN from San Diego, he went to North Sydney Boys, which is not far from here, just literally a few doors down the road. And then one of our other mates, also part of the Nectar crew, he went to Shore, which is a bit further down into North Sydney. I dare not ride my bike on the Pacific Highway. I don't fancy much getting squashed under a van or a truck. Anyone who hasn't been to North Sydney for a while, it's yeah, it's a lot more built up these days. Facing the camera down Berry Street here. Everyone else is going, I might as well. Just passing by the foot of, or we're about to pass by the foot of North Point in a minute. Big office tower in North Sydney. The masses are flooding the streets looking for their tucker. Can you see that building up there with the Red Hat logo on it? That's where Channel 9 television station is these days. Right in the heart of North Sydney. North Sydney Post Office. I love looking at that building. Never get sick of it. Beautiful old building. Oh, every time I come past here, I've got to stop and take in the view. Look at those flags belting away on the top of the Harbour Bridge with the wind. Let's get going again. Sure, where my other mate went is up just up that hill there. Gates to the school. Shout out to Piglet if he's watching this. Back in the day, you used to be able to fly through here, but then they put the chicanes in. Beautiful old terrace houses around the streets here, down the back of North Sydney, close to Kirribilli. Harbourview Hotel car park just there. Shout out to Badger if he ever sees this vid. Passed by that delightful coffee shop. What's it called? Bay 10, I think. Still the road work continues around here. If you remember that nighttime drive that I did recently. Wow, look out. Looks like the cycleway's starting to come together. For time in memoriam, you've had to walk up a set of stairs with your bike to get up on top of the bridge. But finally the ramp is starting to come to shape. I'll have to stop and get the camera off to show you. Yeah, have a look at it. Starts down there. There's a ramp right next to Milsons Point station that now takes you onto the Harbour Bridge without stopping. In a minute I'll take the stairs over there, which is what you had to do in the old days. But yeah, look at that. Cyclists rejoice. You'll be able to ride onto the Harbour Bridge for the first time. No more stopping on the stairs. Mind you, back in the day a lot of the couriers used to just ride down the stairs anyway. Real daredevils. Let's get over there. See if I can get this on camera holding my bike up. But there's a rendition of what the new bike track's going to look like. It's going to be awesome. So traditionally you've always had to dismount here and push your bike up this centre ramp. And as I said, the couriers used to fly down the centre ramp. People would jump out of the way. Many a fight was had between different cyclists. I won't bore you by riding across the whole bridge. I'll just film a little bit and then turn the camera off. So I have filmed it before. I'll whack the video link of that one that shows you the full ride across the bridge and everything. I'll turn the camera off at the first pylon and then I'll join you at Obsevatory Hill. Tell you what, it's blowing an absolute gale on the bridge, so it's probably a good thing I turned the camera off. Otherwise you'll just hear me puffing and panting. I will have to take a view through the bandstand at Observatory Hill while we're here. Noisy school kids in the background, working themselves up in the wind. The North Shore trains just cleared the bridge. All tourists is here with the punters, enjoying the sun in a sheltered spot. Alright, let's get going and finish off the rest of the trip into the city. There's Barangaroo up there, or the Crown Casino Barangaroo. Penthouse up the top. I don't have much battery left, so I might get closer to the harbour and then say goodbye to you down there. I was going to go the other way down Argyle Street, but let's go this way. I've just stopped on this little dock right next to Pier 1. There's Pier 1 up there. It's called the Eye of Steps. I might get over to that little pylon there and get some views of the boats as they come past. This is the dodgy battery, this one, so I don't know how long it's going to last. Don't fancy much getting in that water. A couple of ferries making their way out of Circular Quay. That one's headed over to Luna Park, and then it'll get over to Milsons Point, then Barangaroo, and then it'll head over to that Cockatoo Island that I've been to before. And I've forgotten the indigenous name already. Nah, I've lost it. So anyway, at least the sun's out. Hope you enjoyed the ride in. The video is over.